What is going on, guys? This is Bradley alongside Zach, and you are listening to the Charm City Sideline podcast. Tonight, we will be recapping the 28-24 loss to the New England Patriots on Sunday Night Football, a game that almost eliminates the Ravens from the playoffs this year. Obviously, they are not mathematically eliminated, but the Steelers would have to lose to Cleveland next week, and the Ravens would have to beat Green Bay to stay alive. Obviously, Lamar Jackson goes down in the first half with the back injury. Felt like the game was going pretty well before that. Just a tough situation, tough way to most likely end the season. And we're going to have a couple weeks to sort of think about this before the season's even actually over, which is something we're not used to. So, I don't know. Just a crazy game. I feel like this game was almost a like when you write an essay, you have to write like a conclusion paragraph. Like I feel like that was the game that summarized the Ravens season. Like
That's a good way to put it.
Like you have the great start. And I know they didn't have a great start, but like you could even talk about like the week 1 Buffalo game. Like you have a great start to this game. Looks like the Patriots couldn't stop the Ravens. And then you have the Derrick Henry fumble. Like, of course, that happens. Has the ball high and tight. A great punch out by Jalen Hawkins. And it felt like the Ravens were still afloat. But Lamar goes down with the back injury, and they still played well in the second half, I think, or at least, as well as you would like to see them play with a backup quarterback, but it just wasn't enough. And I think it's kind of just an unfortunate situation. But fast start, turnover, injury, that's a sequence we've been too used to as of late.
Bilal's comment just said Zach's face said it all. That almost made me laugh out loud. Before I really get into it, we'd appreciate if you guys subscribed. We're on the road to 1K. So if you're new here, appreciate all the support. Liking the video in the comments right now. I'm feeling exactly like I'm sure my face was showing. Like just a gut punch. This was an 11-point game with Tyler Huntley in replacing Lamar Jackson against a top 3 seed in the AFC. It was the dreams coming true. We were ready to turn the tide of the Ravens season and really take hold of the destiny that we had in continuing this season. And hope was on the table. 11-point lead in the fourth quarter? We'd shut up the Patriots. Derrick Henry had been running like wild. Tyler Huntley is clutch as all get out. And the Ravens choke the game just like how we're used to it. Like this, it's just getting normal now. The Ravens have a lead in the fourth quarter. They lose it every time and lose the game in a detrimental way. It goes back for me where we had this drive late in the fourth to basically put the game away, and Derrick Henry is nowhere to be found. What in the world goes into someone's mind that sees Derrick Henry in prime form in a football game to not play him? I love Keaton Mitchell. This was not his game. He was not made for this game. The Patriots want to play physical. When they touched him, he went flying like 4 yards easily. He just got babied. It's not all him. Derrick Henry was made for this game, and you decided to snuff out the fire that was igniting the Ravens, the whole team, in Derrick Henry. I'm just totally appalled by coaching decisions of that, to getting masterclassed on this last couple drives with the Patriots just walking down, taking the extra 3 seconds to burn out the clock so we wouldn't touch the ball again. I mean, come on. We got outcoached by a mile. And then also just a complete brain lapse in not allowing Derrick Henry to ice this game. I don't care if it's, again, like Brad, you said it before, in the red zone, if we're goal to go distance, give the ball to Derrick Henry 3 times. That was this game, people. Why in the world? That's the exact question. Che Corbin in the chat, was Henry hurt? I don't know. He was standing next to Lamar Jackson. Like, and they're just sitting there smiling like, we're not getting in this game. Lamar Jackson was hurt. We saw him go down. I genuinely don't know why Derrick Henry wasn't in this game. I'm gonna have to hear the best explanation ever, or else I think we're starting to have this like almost an antsy feeling of there's got to be this fix where I assume we're all going to be leaning towards Harbaugh being the culprit. But holy crap, Brad. I'm like in shock by how the Ravens so carelessly threw that game away. With everything on the line, dude. I don't know how that happens. I'm completely bamboozled.
It's kind of crazy because when Lamar went down and they had that great 2 touchdown drives in the second half with Tyler Huntley giving the ball to Derrick Henry a lot, he had 18 carries for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's over 7 yards a carry. And you mentioned he was not in the game on the drive that the Ravens needed to close this game out. I mean, it's
Unreal.
insane. It's insane. Unreal. And this has been an issue for years now, before Derrick Henry, of the Ravens, not trusting their running back enough. And this is the game. Your starting quarterback was out. Like what else would you even do? Like you don't even have another decision to make. It's like being down 8. Yeah, you go for 2. You don't have your starting quarterback in the game. You give the ball to Derrick Henry when you try to close it out. It feels so obvious, and they didn't do it. And we've seen this happen way too often.
I feel like they did it till they didn't. But yeah, I do agree with you. It just felt like they. But I want to get to these super chats too.
Yeah. Super chat from Douglas.
Appreciate you, Douglas.
Ando. Out of all the ways to lose, that was the best case scenario for our future. Coaching malpractice, benching Henry, and choking this lead. I don't disagree. The thing that I felt about this game and this situation was, at least when Lamar was still playing and the Ravens looked great, I'm thinking about, you have a chance to make the playoffs in a year, maybe the only year of Lamar Jackson's career, that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are not going to be in it. And I was rooting for that to happen, because as Lamar was getting healthier, as this offensive line honestly was starting to play a little bit better, Zay Flowers is going off, the defense is getting better, Draymond Jones looks good.
Yeah.
I felt like this could be, the Steelers beating the Lions today almost made me feel like, honestly, I was fine with it, because the Ravens are either going to beat New England, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh and earn this playoff spot and prove to us that they're a Super Bowl contender, or they're not going to make it. And at least when Lamar Jackson was healthy tonight, it looked like this team could be a true Super Bowl contender. So I was excited. But to Douglas's point, he's probably right.
Yeah, he probably is. And what we were talking about with malpractices, and I think we have another comment from Douglas that says Harbaugh has to be fired for benching Henry there. Like, I think that's the end all be all. You put this on the top of the paper that says Harbaugh, you are done. I don't know how a team goes away from that. Maybe it was a little bit of Monken as well, calling these formations. I think someone commented that. Appreciate you if you mentioned that. But I like that as well, where maybe someone like Monken is responsible for saying, yeah, let's make sure Ali and Keaton Mitchell are on in this drive. And it's like, Derrick Henry is like playing the most efficient game that we've seen in the last 8 weeks. And he's had great games. And the Patriots can't do anything about it. We have an 11-point lead. It spirals. It's a snowball effect, an avalanche, and we just sit there and watch it. And there was nothing to be done. It was a complete malpractice. I completely agree with you. Absolutely.
Comment from our guy Dawson Hess, member of the channel. This is what we needed to get
Appreciate you,
Harbaugh
Dawson.
out of here. Comment super chat from Jeremy. Low football IQ from this team. Zay isn't one, and someone teach Nate how to catch. I will tell you, I don't think too many corners in this league can catch the ball. You obviously see, you'd love to see Nate come down with that, but it is a tough play to make. The receiver kind of hit him as he was trying to make that play. With Zay, I mean, he was awesome tonight.
Yeah,
He had 7 for 84, and he also had the 18-yard rushing touchdown on top of that. I feel like excluding the 2023 AFC Championship, Zay's mistakes come when he's trying to do too much at the end of a game when, like, the Ravens are probably going to lose anyway. Like, I didn't really have I mean, I don't think the Ravens were going to score a touchdown there at the end with Tyler Huntley. Like, I don't really put too much on him. The conversation about Zay not being a one, I think, can definitely be a conversation to be had. But in terms of like this game, I wouldn't put that on him. Just trying to make a play. It's also a great play by Chason.
Yeah, and it's interesting the first part of it. Like, I think we could agree that Zay isn't a bona fide one yet. I say yet because I really do want to give him a chance because I don't think the offense has been perfectly tailored for that. Given someone like Bateman is supposed to be a perfect 2, and he hasn't been in this situation. So maybe we give him a little more slack. I think that, again, this low football IQ from this team, that's where it starts, where you see the other side as in, I almost said the Titans because of Rabel, the Patriots doing so many situational things that won them the game. And we don't see even a glimpse of that with the Ravens. From the end of the half with that Mark Andrews kind of flip back. I don't know if that's the play call. I don't know if he's being an idiot, but either way, why is that what we're thinking right now? Like, maybe we just take the confidence. Maybe it's a coaching kind of thing that I'm thinking of, where you just take the confidence into the locker room. You got that turnover, kneel the ball. It's okay. Like, I'm not sure we're going to score. Let's just be content and go into the next half still laying on this confidence that we are just growing into the second half. But I did want to give a shout out to Dawson Hess. He has that gold emblem next to his name. That's a member, and he's been a member. I think that's 2 months, 2+ months, Brad. I don't remember.
I think so.
But that might be the first one I've seen. So we appreciate you, Dawson. That's an absolute OG. Yeah. What?
Matt Rasta had a super chat.
Perfect. Ravens are the Brooklyn Nets. We will look back and talk about what could have been. Oh gosh, Zay is not a one and Bateman is bad. Matt Rasta, that gives me some nightmare fuel. I was a massive supporter of the Nets when they were, as good looking as they were. James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Blake Griffin was on that team. Obviously KD. They had a roster, but they were not capable of playing with each other. That might be the way to put this, as in some of the guys just don't mesh. Maybe not. Maybe the team isn't perfectly well cut out for the game plan every week, but also just saying it's going to be looked back and asked what this Ravens team should have been. I'm going to change it to should have been instead of could have been. It rests with a coach that isn't able to handle all of the reputation, the ego of maybe the team, of himself, and in total of just a lapse like this in the most important game of the year up to this point. Obviously, every game is important, but your playoff life is on the line now in your hands, and you just throw it in the trash. And I think earlier in the game, this thought kind of rose into my head, thinking about, man, we could lose this game and someone like Lamar and his injuries piling up, maybe we're seeing the last of this prime Ravens team. Like, it's a real thought as we're looking towards an offseason where we don't know the future with coaching, a bunch of these roster decisions that are coming up, big time roster decisions. It's starting to look like how you feel about someone like the Nets whenever I don't even think they made the playoffs one of those years, maybe a couple of them, but still feels the same, where you go into the next couple off seasons and you're thinking, maybe it's just not who this team is. And I think the Ravens can look in the mirror and see that right now, where they aren't the team that we've been asking them to be in big situations. And I think it starts from the top down, where sure, we can talk bad about Zay and Bateman this game, but it all rests on one guy's shoulders to be responsible for it all. And I'm going to be very interested to see what he says in the press conference.
It's crazy. Lamar Jackson, 7 for 10, 101. Tyler Huntley, 9 for 10, 65. Derrick Henry, 18 carries for 128 yards. You force 2 turnovers. You're 7 for 11 on third down, and you lose. Like, who else are you going to blame? I understand that, like, if you look at this game in a vacuum, you probably would not blame John Harbaugh. This stuff has been happening all year. Not just all year, it's been happening for years.
Yes.
Like, almost every single playoff loss looks like this game. And I think this was a season where almost all of the 8 losses looked like a Ravens playoff loss of the past. And I think Ravens fans are sick of seeing it. I think Steve Bisciotti's probably sick of seeing it. And I think you and I hope there's changes. I think everyone watching this live stream right now is hoping there's changes. I don't know what else you would do. It just feels very stale to me, and I don't want to put all the blame on Harbaugh. I think he's like a really good coach, but it's like, what else do you do at this point? I don't know.
It's a great question.
Super chat from Shay Corbin. Shout out to you. If there's anything you wanted us to talk about, let us know. If you guys lose to the Packers, the Steelers will be champions of the AFC North. Yeah, that is very true. If the Steelers beat the Browns, or if the Ravens lose to the Packers, it's a wrap. New member, Douglas. Shout out. We really appreciate you.
Let's go, Douglas.
This is an interesting point from Bilal. Without the Andrews crazy fumble decision, the roughing the passer is a 15-yard penalty because there was offsetting penalties. And the Ravens, I don't know if they would have been field goal range like right from there, but they would have been in a good spot.
Closer.
So
Yeah.
This is a situation where it's like, and almost everything in life, almost everything in sports, everyone tries to say things are black and white. It almost never is. So for example, in this situation, 100% it is a play call to run some type of lateral. I mean, there's no way Mark Andrews would have done that. I mean, there's no way. At the same time, it wasn't even remotely there. Like, what is he thinking? Even if it is the play. So, like, that's a situation where you blame whoever made the play call and you blame Mark Andrews, and they both share that blame. Like, it's like, what is he thinking? I mean, I can't. Zay Flowers fell to his knees immediately. Like, he was like, what is he doing? And you know, even Mike Tirico, like, he's a neutral play-by-play guy calling the game. He like shouted, what is he thinking? What is he doing? Something along those lines. Like, it was insane. Like, so many things you cannot blame on one person. But I don't know, man. It's just it just feels like all these playoff losses of the past couple seasons, Zach, it felt like this regular season was just one big playoff loss. Like, it just felt like it was one big playoff loss clumped into a couple of months. And we had to live through one single game playoff loss from September to late December. Like, that's what this season felt like. So
can I say something else? I feel like we're walking down memory lane. Like, think about like the last couple playoff losses, or just big losses in general. You go back to like Titans, where you get the doors blown off you. Compare that to like, I don't know, the Texans, the Lions in a way, and games like this and the Steelers, where they're just crumble at the end kind of losses. It feels like the last couple of years. It's so it's like a mental thing where we're seeing the Ravens as just a loser franchise right now. They can't get rid of the stench. There's just something that has to change as an organizational front, where that might just have to be Harbaugh no matter what. Even if I agree with you, I didn't really think this game is fully on Harbaugh because there's a couple of plays that are just football bullcrap insane like that. I mean, we're not talking about, Derrick Henry fumble. I haven't seen a ton of comments about that. And that one was, I texted you that I started to feel comfortable in this game. I started to feel comfortable
Yeah.
watching a Ravens game. Are you kidding me? Dude, what we were coasting at that point, scoring a touchdown, ball back after a pick. This is the recipe for the Ravens to win. And by the end of the game, the fourth quarter comes around and we have an 11-point lead and choke it away. This is the old Ravens. It's the same old Ravens. I think Pat McAfee show used to say it about the Lions all the time. Now it's us talking about the Ravens. It's the same freaking story. And there is only one way to categorize all this. You have to make a legitimate, massive change to the franchise. And that comes with two people, one of which no one's going to like, and that's Lamar Jackson. No one wants that. I don't want that. Who the crap would want that? Or it's John Harbaugh. And everybody and their mother and their grandmother is asking for John Harbaugh. I mean, I absolutely would not trade Lamar. Just to answer that question from Fran. It's not like our team is at a point where the roster and the talent of this roster can't stack up to the coaching, or like it doesn't have the right mesh, as in the philosophy of a coach's plan. I think that the Ravens have to get the right recipe in there. We've talked about it all year. It's O-line, it's pass rush, and that's what's winning NFL games across the league, really. And right now, with a competent coach and not those, I mean, it's bad that both of those are just they make the recipe for disaster. We're just totally in a bad spot. Again, that is not meant to say I want to trade Lamar. That is not it. But there is just a weird amount of hate towards it, and I don't think anyone's really saying that. The Ravens wouldn't do that. I don't think. That'd just be, a lateral move. But I think we're counting down Harbaugh's days, I'd say, at this point. I don't see any other way around it.
Yeah, funny comment from Douglas. Time to update the Harbaugh graphic. Yeah, man. Also, we've had over 50 people in here at the same time. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs. If anyone wants to subscribe, we'd really, really appreciate it. We have Ravens content here 12 months a year, not just during the season. So appreciate you guys. Also like the video, helps us out a ton. I saw a tweet that said Derrick Henry and running backs coach Willie Taggart had a very long one-on-one conversation, either in the locker room or outside the locker room, somewhere along those lines. Harbaugh's press conference did not start until over 30 minutes after the game ended, which is not normal.
Yeah.
Harbaugh said, this is from Jeff Zrebeck. Harbaugh said Henry was coming back in the game as part of a rotation with Keaton Mitchell, said obviously it was a mistake that he didn't start the drive. How many times has, whether it's a playoff game or a regular season game, a reporter asks John Harbaugh, why didn't Derrick Henry get the ball enough? And he says, yeah, we made a mistake there.
That was a mistake.
You're not learning from the mistake.
Nope.
So what are we doing?
It gets to a point where it's the same conversation with someone like Lamar, where we're wasting their career. Derrick Henry is an all-time running back, and to have him with Lamar is what dreams are made of in the NFL. This is the perfect pairing of one of the best pairings of all time in a rushing mindset, and we are throwing away years now. There was a idea, I guess, along with this fumble at the beginning of the game, that it's like, is Derrick Henry not the same guy as what we are used to? I really don't think he's lost a step. I really don't. I think he's still the elite guy we're used to. Maybe he's, slowed down a little bit, but the mind is still there and the body is still there. And I think that the O-line is also taken away from it. And I think Lamar not being fully available in the rushing department is also taken away from it. So I don't want to think about a world without him or anything. But again, when we're losing games like this, so many games like this, I think people are just going to start to get mad and upset about situations like this and being in situations like this that aren't changing when you know it's like almost an insane thing. Insanity, like the definition of it, like just going out there and thinking it's going to be a different result when we just don't learn or change
Yeah.
from those mistakes.
Yeah. Super chat from our guy Eli. Appreciate it, man. Any thoughts on 44 and 12, Marlon Humphrey and Alohi Gilman? I
Ooh.
think Marlon Humphrey has physically lost a step for sure. He's also, he's one of the toughest guys on this team. One of the guys that I think cares the most on this team. I don't think he's an outside corner at this point of his career. I think better suited at nickel, better suited at safety. Ravens move Hamilton down. Darius Washington's back. Awuzie is injured. He kind of has to play outside. It's tough. Alohi Gilman misses a lot of tackles. I think it was one point, it literally looked like he was doing the electric slide. I think he missed a tackle on Ramondre Stevenson at one point. Like, he's a solid player, but I understand what Chargers fans were talking about when the Ravens made the trade. Like, he's kind of a confusing player. Like, he makes a lot of good plays. He's in the right spot almost 100% of the time. Yeah. But he looks silly in open field like maybe 2 to 4 times a game. So I don't know. I don't have crazy thoughts on either of them, I don't think.
I'm very disappointed by Marlon's year, as in, like, I would hope that someone in a contract year technically would be playing at a much higher level in order to, earn that contract, especially a guy like Marlon, who we all love as fans. And this year, and I guess the last couple of years, it's been totally ruined by this podcast stuff, by, games that are big in caliber that show him and his side of football like this, where we might be missing a guy or two, and he is just the spotlight getting targeted and just on the bad end of it. So I'm going to side with you. I don't know if I want to go into the Marlon like deep hate by any means. I think we really do love him as just a Raven in general. And Gilman, it's a different conversation. I don't want to bash him either. It's not like that. I think Gilman did what the Ravens asked and what the Ravens wanted, which is literally turn the season around. I just don't think they really have future plans with him in mind. Like, the Ravens aren't thinking about next year with him. I would guess. Like, now seeing in Ardarius and possibly having him back with Starks, with Hamilton, like, it's going to be interesting how they kind of disperse that money now. You're paying so much to someone like Hamilton, and you have a starting caliber guy with Starks. It almost feels like a perfect connection. So if you get someone like Ardarius back for cheap, that's great. But also, if Ardarius is going somewhere else for a low pricier tag, and then you have someone like Gilman available, maybe the Ravens do consider bringing him back. But that's a good question for the offseason for sure.
Yeah. John Harbaugh said Mark Andrews was acting on instinct on his lateral attempt in the first half, and that was not the play call. That's from Jonas Schaefer on Twitter. So I take back criticizing any play calling decision there. According to John Harbaugh, that is completely Mark Andrews trying to make a play there. And
I don't love that he said that, right? I mean, I guess you have to. You're going to get asked, but I don't know. In a way, I thought Harbaugh was the type of guy to shield that type of comment,
Yeah, I don't know there's really a way to work around that question. Unless he would have just said, I don't know, which is probably even worse of a look. I don't know. Like, I did not agree with the Mark Andrews extension. Like, that play is literally why. Like, those things just happen with him a lot. And I don't know why. I guess he's just like prone to making the mistake. I can't remember. I saw some tweet or someone say that like Mark Andrews is always seems like he's the closest guy to the fire. Like, something crazy happens in the middle of the field, or there's some crazy turnover, crazy fumble, pass off his chest into a defender's hands. Like, it always seems like he's the one. He's the culprit. And I don't know, man. I mean, that plays, like, if you take away the moment and the outcome. That's the worst play of his career. That's one of the worst plays I've ever seen. Like, what are you thinking doing that? Um, yeah, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way that was a play call. Like in that situation,
I'm
I don't know.
speechless.
There's a comment from our guy Douglas, which this is something I strongly agree with.
Ooh.
We need an offensive head coach. Imagine Lamar with someone like McVay. It would be unstoppable. There's a guy in Seattle. His name's Clint Kubiak. We'll see what happens there. Another comment from Douglas. Ben Johnson would have turned the same team into a Super Bowl contender. I don't disagree with that. I mean, the Bears are what, 10-3, 10-4, something like that.
11 maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, Bears are having a great year with Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
So
a little update here. Tyler Huntley on Lamar Jackson's mood. This is from Jamison Hensley. He was bummed. He could barely move. That's from Tyler Huntley on Lamar after being hurt. I would say that is not a good sign for next week.
yeah, definitely not. And like, I think just something I'm thinking about right now is some people might be wondering, like, if Lamar Jackson, obviously the X-rays were obviously negative if it's just bruised ribs. And some people are wondering, like, why didn't he push through it? And we've heard Lamar mention this in the past where, like, he, in his mind, thinks, and I think I agree with him, especially in this situation, like, the team is better off with a healthy Huntley playing than him in that state. And I think that takes a lot of humility, and I don't think we see very many quarterbacks do that. I think Lamar, like, really has that thought process when he's injured. And I think that's happened multiple times in his career. And I think I agree with him. Like, Lamar Jackson not being able to move out there in the second half probably wasn't, the Ravens probably wouldn't have, like, scored. And they had 2 great touchdown drives with Tyler Huntley in there. So I don't know. Not that anyone's saying that, but I've heard people say that in the past about Lamar, and I feel like that's sort of what he thinks in those situations.
If Lamar's out next week, I mean, it's not like they're going to say go play against the Steelers. I mean,
yeah,
you're going to see him shut down, and again, it might even be like a helpful thing in the people that would want to keep John Harbaugh's narrative, like, oh, you didn't have Lamar for even more games and all, but I don't know, man. What a rough freaking situation. What an awful way to end the year.
I just tweet from Gianna Hahn. Tyler Linderbaum said it's frustrating to be at a place where their playoff hopes are out of their hands considering the amount of talent on this team. He said they're focused on finishing these final 2 games the right way. I think the Ravens now have a 2% chance to make the playoffs.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, it's tough. I mean, a lot of teams are obviously in this position right now. I don't know. Another tweet. This one's from Jeff Zrebeck. Kyle Hamilton acknowledged that these collapses have become a theme the last couple of years that the players are tired of talking about, but he understands why it will continue to be a topic of conversation. Yeah. Quote, we just got to finish games. And like, this is what Zach and I are talking about. Like,
yep,
it continues to happen over and over again. Like, what else are you going to do? It just happened in a game that Lamar wasn't playing. So like, he's not the common denominator.
Nope.
So I don't know.
Yeah. It's leaked into, I mean, we'd thought it, I mean, as you and me as like the junkies of this, and hopefully you guys too, had gotten the sense that it was in the locker room, it was in the players and how they think about these games. Because we've seen so many conversations of Lamar asked about it, like if he's a playoff choker, whatever that kind of topic is. And he's like, no, we don't think about that or whatever. Basically brushing it off, never really acknowledging that it's a thing. And players acknowledging that it's like a thing and honestly understanding why it will continue to be around. I mean, this is no longer just Harbaugh's presence. If Harbaugh gets moved out, the first thing that people are going to talk about when a game comes and the Ravens win it or barely win it is, well, do they have this kind of choker instinct anymore? Is it like in the locker room? Is it completely cleaned out, bleached out, or is it still creeping its ugly head around the corner because it's just how this organization is now. It's just so it's a toxic conversation, and it's definitely a part of the Ravens as a face of the Ravens almost now.
Yeah, for sure. Comment from Bilal. I want your guys' thoughts on this. I'm a big Monken guy and always have been, but I feel like he always struggles to call a full game. Or is this more of a John thing? I don't know. I think I like Monken too.
Me too.
I think he's a pretty good offensive coordinator. I agree with your point about it seems like there's sometimes the Ravens have a terrible first quarter, get it together the last three, it's not enough. Maybe a great first three quarters, fall apart in the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, John Harbaugh is in charge of this team, and he has authority over every single coach on this staff. So the logical answer to your question is it's probably more on John Harbaugh. But you could obviously get into the small things that go into all of that.
But that's a good question. I think that's a part of the coaching in total, where we haven't seen a perfectly pitched game from Monken. I don't know if it's happened all year. Like, yeah, you win 24-0. We've seen almost perfect situations. Like, I think the Bills game was technically almost perfect. But there's always going to be instances where I guess the offense is not fully clicking. But also, I think, like what Douglas is saying, I don't think Monken is responsible for choking away some of these fumbling and laterals, I guess, and whatever it is. So I would chalk it up to that. Again, I do think I like Monken. I don't know if that's like what I want to get rid of, if that's the question. Sadly, Harbaugh being the overarching thing makes me feel bad for that kind of situation. But I wouldn't say it's Monken as a main culprit for sure.
Comment from Douglas: can't blame Monken for the chokes when it's happened since 2019. LMAO. Very true.
Yep.
Something else I think we could transition to is the pass rush. I texted Zach at one point during this game. I was like, is there a word to describe how bad the Ravens pass rush is? And you were like, nope. Like, it's so bad.
There's not a word.
And like, you really can't blame the secondary for anything if the pass rush is this bad. I mean, it's like there's a 3rd and 15 and Drake May's just sitting back there until someone gets open over the middle. Like, there's a couple plays where Diggs is just able to run across the whole entire field. Like,
yeah,
if you are chasing someone for like 7 seconds and your athleticism is similar, like, they're going to get farther away from you than they already were.
For sure.
It's impossible to cover people for that long. And the Ravens pass rush has been bad this year, very bad. It hasn't been a great unit since like 2014. And that's an issue that it's another thing. Like, people talk about like you can't blame Monken for the chokes when they've been happening for long before he was here. Like, do you blame Eric DaCosta for the lack of pass rush when there was a lack of pass rush before he was even here? Like, who do you blame? Like, there's no one else to blame. Like,
there's
I don't even
one
know.
common denominator. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I do think it's you put the blame on EDC, but I'm just saying, like, losing Matabike is big, but like the guys on the edge were not there this year. They just weren't.
You think you could tie it up to like a coaching philosophy too, like how the roster is constructed, as in what Harbaugh and I guess Harbaugh, but also the defense, what they want. Like, you've sold out to create a defensive line that is so without Matabike, it's no offense to the guys, it's big dudes in the middle to clog up the run lanes, and then on the outside it's like also larger guys that are made to stop the run. They're not perfect pass rush guys. So I do think that there is, again, another level of the conversation to be had about how the team is constructed and how Harbaugh has maybe asked for this team to be constructed. Maybe it's both a DaCosta and Harbaugh thing, but still an organization flaw where they haven't sold their soul like the Packers did to go get Micah Parsons when he was available, and you were technically, I guess, reportedly in conversations with him. There's been chances to fully buy into that with a roster and a team that is begging to be sold out on. But we have been very content with sticking around this group and I guess playing with house money. I guess that's the way you could put it.
It's a very good point. I've had this thought plenty of times. I mean, the coaches 100% have an influence on the players that are acquired.
Yeah.
Through the draft, through free agency, through trades. I mean, think about all the times where quarterbacks are drafted. Like it's the quarterback that the coach wanted. It's usually not the quarterback that the GM wanted. So could easily be 75% of a Harbaugh issue and 25% of an EDC issue. Like different coach could come in here and we could see a completely different roster building philosophy. I mean, last time John Harbaugh wasn't the coach of this team, Zach and I were 5 years old. So we're not going to really remember what the roster building style was before he was here. So, I don't know what to say. But you would definitely see at least some differences for sure. Comment from Prime Trust. What can we look forward to in the next 2 weeks? I mean, Christmas is in 3 days.
Yep.
So you got that.
New Year's.
You got New Year's.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you guys out here are Stranger Things fans, but you got Volume 2 on Christmas Day. You got the finale on New Year's Eve. I'm very excited for that. Anything else you can think of, Zach?
You can look forward to us still covering the Ravens. We'll still be covering them. I am Brad.
You got the college you got the college football playoff.
That's a good one.
What else?
I'm looking forward to that Marty Supreme movie. That looks good.
Yeah. Anything else? I wonder, like, if anyone has anything they really want for Christmas, drop it in the chat.
Yes.
Maybe you could do some gratitude, like try to be grateful for, the present that you end up getting for Christmas. I don't know if any of you guys get a lot of snow, like if you like sledding, snowboarding, skiing, you could look forward to that. Yeah.
And maybe what's the last day of the season?
Yeah. The last day of the season. You can look forward to that too, whenever that is.
When is that? January 5th.
Luckily, the Ravens Steelers Week 18 game probably won't be flexed. So
at this rate,
look forward to, 4:30 p.m. on 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I guess it'll be decided here. I would assume by Tuesday. I think Tuesday is the cutoff.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks out, I think that's a rule. I think it has to be 10 days out.
Yeah.
So we'll know soon, but maybe we're a random Saturday game or some crap. I don't know.
Or it'll be like Sunday at 1. It might not even matter at all.
It might not.
I mean, if either the Steelers win or the Ravens lose, it's not going to matter at all. Comment, super chat from Eli. We really, really appreciate it. Ravens ruined my birthday week and Thanksgiving. Happy birthday, Eli. We are sorry that the Ravens ruined your birthday week.
Yes.
They also ruined my week, even though it wasn't my birthday.
And Thanksgiving, absolutely. They spit on our Thanksgiving plates. Are you kidding me? That was so stupid.
Good thing the good thing this game wasn't on Christmas. Super chat from Douglas. Please no Allen Super Bowl before Lamar.
This is a very popular topic. Everyone does not want this if you're a Ravens fan. Like, this is not something like Allen's gonna have no Lamar Jackson and no Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
Crazy.
Are you kidding me? I have to look in the camera for this. Are you kidding me? Dude.
Like, imagine if the Ravens were in the playoffs this year and there was no Allen or Mahomes. Like,
we'd feel like kings.
I would do a backflip on stream. Just kidding, I can't do a backflip.
You would attempt a backflip on stream.
Maybe.
There's always next year.
You guys, we can all look forward to the Steelers getting crushed in the wild card round again because that's definitely going to happen.
It's going to be what, the Jags or
the Bills,
no,
probably,
not Jags.
because the Patriots are going to win the division. The Bills are going to be the 5 seed.
Isn't someone right now in the 5? Chargers, maybe? Chargers might have.
Yeah.
Let me see. They might. Yeah, it's Chargers right now.
Really? The Chargers have a better record than the Bills?
They have the tiebreaker.
Okay.
At the moment.
Well, no matter who the Steelers play, you can look forward to them getting blown out in the wild card round.
You can look forward to cheering for them. So I
cheering for the Steelers?
No, whoever they play.
Oh, yeah. Mock drafts.
Let's save that for Steelers week, maybe.
I will say, guys, if the Ravens do move on from John Harbaugh, the head coaching search will be so fun. Oh. Like, that will be so fun and exhilarating. I love it. Oh. So that's something else to look forward to.
It'll be so much fun.
Douglas, as disgusting as it sounds, I would prefer the Steelers to crush the Bills because I know they aren't going all the way anyways. It's a very good point. I probably not. Honestly,
I know I'm gross.
Maybe I will.
That'd be epic if they won. Because you're right. I don't think they're going all the way.
Yeah,
they could just get one game in, and it's the Bills.
Also, like,
they can beat the Lions. So.
Honestly, the farther Steelers make it, the worse the loss would be. So that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Root for a tie in a playoff game.
Somehow, yeah.
Something I was disappointed about is I really wanted Ravens Steelers to come down to week 18, and then there's like some crazy tie scenario, and it's like overtime with 2 minutes left, and it's like that Raiders Chargers Sunday night game like 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
That was going to be cool.
That was going to be cool.
Fran, my question is 7-10 enough to fire Harbaugh?
I don't know if this loss would be chalked up to Lamar not being there.
It better not be.
So if you go back, and it's, I guess, 3 or 4 games where he wasn't here. 4? Are we giving him 4 because the Chiefs? 4 games he wasn't here. 4 losses, I guess, besides the one with Huntley and the Bears. So take those off of it. 1 loss comes off of it, 6 wins. 3 losses come off of it. 6-7. But also, I think a 6-7 record is bad enough to fire John Harbaugh. If players are very well aware of how incredibly talented this roster is and has been constructed for so long to be this good right now with an all-time, your best quarterback you're ever going to have in your franchise history, you've just got to, if you're throwing everything at the board, whether that's been attempting to trade for Micah Parsons at one point and not getting it, trading someone like Odafe Owe for a safety that's capable of just playing the rest of the year, you're willing to do all this crazy stuff, trading, honestly, I think a little bit more value to get someone like Dre Jones, all these crazy things, and not do the final push of all the chips into the middle of the table and say, we're going all out. There hasn't been a move that's said that to me. And that's what it takes to become like the generational Super Bowl level roster as well. We've had a Super Bowl roster, but there hasn't been like a part where the roster could be so good that it almost doesn't matter about the coaching. Mm-hmm. Because if there was like any average coach, you'd think a roster this good could be this good. So we're asking for, I would say, a coaching change in order to play the dice like that, like play our chances in order to, if we know sitting here with Harbaugh is not the answer, even in a perfect situation. It's been possible to get that far, but the players and how they're coached right now, the common denominator goes all the way back to that, where we're talking about that. And I think you just need to go that next step to sell out. Like, yeah, the future is a big deal for this organization. We're almost always in playoff conversations and contention, but think about the Rams, where their turnaround was so fast. Of maybe within 5 years, they go from Super Bowl generational roster, and then it looks like they're gonna crap their pants for their future.
Mhm.
And look at them now. I would say they're the Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah.
So it's about some chances in that department where the Ravens have that at their disposal and they just haven't used it. And I'm ready to see that, whether that comes in coaching, whether that comes in a big ticket player. Someone's named Pickens. I think he'll be tagged, but that would be a dream come true. But again, you got to think towards the future, and that comes through the draft. That comes through some big time roster decisions of guys like Roquan and Marlon, and it'll be a heck of an offseason either way. But still, we got 2 weeks left. I think it is possible. We haven't said this yet. I think it is possible the Browns could beat the Steelers.
Definitely.
It is possible. It's not zero.
It's in Cleveland. The Steelers always play bad in Cleveland. The Browns almost beat the Bills today.
Yeah, that would be a great game.
Who knows if DK Metcalf's going to be playing?
And that was without Quinshawn Judkins for the second half, and he was playing a pretty good game.
And he's out for the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely in the realm of possibilities.
Good.
Yeah. But the Ravens also play the Packers, and it very well might be Tyler Huntley versus Malik Willis. DK might not be playing because he punched a fan. So
I don't know if he's might have known that.
I don't know if he's going to get suspended or fined, but he's probably just going to get fined, honestly.
Probably. That helps if he were to not play. That'd be awesome. Maybe the NFL does a little scripting and be like, hey, maybe they lose this so we can get cinema for week 18, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is the funniest comment. Like NBC was not ready for the 2-star quarterbacks to be out with
that's on Peacock,
weekly
right?
injuries too. Yeah.
Am I gonna buy Peacock to watch Huntley and Malik Willis?
Looking forward to Stranger Things. That's the answer.
Yeah, I'm very excited. 3 more days.
But yes. But also yes.
What's your guys' favorite Stranger Things season?
Are you asking the chat for their favorite Stranger Things season?
Yeah.
I think 3 for me.
Really? I think season 1 is the best.
It is very good.
I really don't think you can top season 1. Season 4 was really good too. Like,
yeah, it deserves some love.
I don't think there's a bad season, for sure.
2's a little rougher. It's not bad.
I love season 2.
It's not right. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. It's not bad. I think it doesn't stack up to the others.
I think season 3 is the worst.
That's crazy.
Season 3, like
the mall's like
season
iconic.
3, it's iconic, but like it has the least amount of impact on the entirety of the show, in my opinion.
I think that's valid. That's valid.
1's the best. I think 5 has a chance to be the best. I really do.
Might be. 4 was good though.
4 was really good. But I think I agree with Jamie. I think season 1 of Stranger Things is one of the best seasons of TV that I've ever seen.
Season 4.
Season 4? No, season 1.
4?
I think season 1 of Stranger Things is one of the best seasons of TV I've ever seen.
I think that's valid.
I think a lot of people would agree with that too. What would you guys do if John Harbaugh stays and the Ravens extend Daniel Falele?
There's no PG answer. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'll be in shambles, to put it lightly. There's no word to describe it again. That we're in no words to describe things territory. Zach could speak this all night. Yeah, that's accurate. I don't want to even think about it. Is that valid?
I think that's pretty valid. I just think it's very telling that, like, out of all the post game reactions we've done since we started this pod, this is the one where we like talked about what happened in the game the least, because we're talking about why this continued to happen over and over again. We're not talking about like that 3rd and 6 in the second quarter, because we're just done. Like, we're just done with like this.
It's funny. There was places to nitpick this game.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's the best part, because it's too toxic now. It's just become that big of a conversation. If it's leaked in freaking Reddit bullcrap, if it's real or not, if it's talked about as a theme of a team by players and post game conferences. I mean, this is a great question by High Frequencies, though. Yes, you should.
You should do it.
Yes.
Comment from Fran. At this point, how do you two feel about coaching? Yeah. So I'll be the offensive coordinator, and Zach,
Oh wait,
the new Zach, will be the defensive coordinator under head coach Sutton.
Yep.
From Purple Rain podcast.
There you go.
I think that'd be like a really good trio.
Not bad.
That'd be a big time commitment, though.
Take this team to the end.
I fully agree with you, Martavius,
Clint
Kubiak.
Yeah.
If the Ravens fire John Harbaugh and do not hire Clint Kubiak, I will not be happy. I will not be happy.
And that's discounting, like, it might just be an offensive guy that's not Clint Kubiak?
I'll be happier than if it's a defensive guy.
Okay.
Not Matt Nagy.
Because I think there's a real chance it could be.
It could be like
a defensive guy. Like, there's a real chance.
Oh, 100%. Like, who is even an offensive guy they would hire that's not Clint Kubiak?
Great question.
Like, maybe Joe Brady?
Comment from Hot Shot Skipper. I'm a Pat fan. Just want to say I effing love Baltimore. Great place, great city. I appreciate you. Both of us aren't in Baltimore, but shout out Baltimore. Shout out.
So Lamar is talking to the media now.
Oh, boy.
From Gianna Hahn. Lamar Jackson agreed to speak to the media. He said this injury has not re-aggravated any pre-existing injuries, and his goal is to play on Saturday. Quote, I'm mad because I feel like the game was in our favor, end of quote. He said he's frustrated because he couldn't control the outcome.
Yeah, that sucks. Someone commented, should we hire Matt Nagy? I think Nagy's going to be the next head coach if someone like Andy Reid retires or some bull crap. For the Chiefs. Yeah, for the Chiefs, not us.
Yeah, well, Mike McDaniel apparently is staying in Miami now.
Yeah, it looks like
sort of.
I don't think he was the problem, anyways.
I don't either. I think Tua is really, really bad at football.
Yeah.
So I guess I think it was Prime Trust commented, "What can we look forward to over the next 2 weeks?" If Lamar Jackson is healthy and playing, we can at least watch him play 2 more times. Also, like, something crazy to think about. Like, this could be tonight might have been the last time we ever saw Lamar Jackson play quarterback with John Harbaugh as the head coach for this football team.
Might be.
According to Jeff Zrebeck, Lamar Jackson says he will have a CT scan tomorrow. He was in too much pain to continue. Said he got a Toradol shot and tried to throw the ball, but it was not happening.
That's bad.
So that sucks.
They put that list up of all the different injury report things. Oh, that makes me sick. I didn't even want to look at it, read them. It's just awful. Ugh. Man, I hope that DaCosta is like scarred from this. Like, and he's never going to let Lamar have a bad O-line again.
Yeah.
And put in whatever asset you got to do. All of it has to go towards making an O-line good. And whether that means getting someone like, I keep saying his name, but like Roquan or Marlin or someone like that out of the picture, someone like Mark Andrews, if it's a new head coach, maybe the head coach doesn't want someone like Mark Andrews on the team, getting some cap out of the picture to ensure that this happens. Like this, look at Drake May tonight. Whether it was also a part of the Ravens not having a pass rush, Drake May had a perfect pocket all night. That dude was having a blast out there. Diggs was pumped up. Their whole team was just flourishing from the fact that Drake May was playing backyard football. He could do whatever he wanted. No one's going to rush him. There wasn't no 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi to come after him. It was all day. That's what the best quarterbacks get. Like, yeah, sometimes it can mask it. Someone like Joe Burrow, they can mask it sometimes. But eventually it all comes crumbling down. It really does. You're going to get injured, which is happening all year to Lamar. And you've seen it, someone like as talented as Joe Burrow, or you see like a team like the Bills or the Patriots or the Chargers of the last couple of years putting so many big assets into O-linemen to fix it and become an elite team. Broncos, the list goes on and on. The best teams in the league do this. And we thought we had it on paper. I think DaCosta really was insured, whether that is John Harbaugh, whoever it is, told him and convinced him, and maybe he also had a part of it, thinking that this team had a good enough offensive line. And you just straight up don't. So hope they learn that lesson. I mean, this has got to be priority number one. I mean, yeah, pass rush, we've seen that honestly fixed with a different coach too, with like someone like Mike McDonald. It almost didn't matter who you put at the edges, they're going to get sacks. So maybe a coach can help fix that problem. Maybe it is about personnel and who's in there, but yeah. Would you be mad at if Robert Saleh, if they went with him as a defensive coach? I think someone said Robert Saleh also.
Yeah, I don't want a defensive coach.
Yeah, that's not a Brad question, but for a me question, I don't mind that. Saleh is he's shown that he's a leader as well for a coach. So he's played with very talented defenses too and played very well with them. So I wouldn't mind that.
I've said this many times in the past. I'm going to continue to say it more. I want Lamar to have the same play caller the rest of his career. I want the head coach to be Lamar Jackson is his number one concern, not the defense, not, the team as a whole even. Like Kevin O'Connell, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, they are working with the quarterback one-on-one all the time, and they're the head coach of that football team. Comment from also, like, the NFL is so offensive now. Like, when do we even see defensive coaches win Super Bowls these days?
You don't.
So, comment from Fran, make your top 3 for the head coaching job. So I made a list of head coaching candidates I like in September.
September.
Clint Kubiak is number 1 for me, the Seahawks offensive coordinator. And then the other 2 guys I don't think are going to be hired this cycle, but they're guys that I would really like. 2 would be Josh Grizzard. He's the Bucks OC right now. And then 3 would be Declan Doyle. He is the Bears OC under Ben Johnson. He's only 29 years old. He's from the Sean Payton tree. I think he'd be great. He's great at the podium. Very well spoken. I don't think those 2 guys I mentioned after Kubiak will get hired this cycle, but I like them a lot.
I don't have enough look into a bunch of OCs right now. I wish I did.
Derrick Henry said to Keaton Mitchell, this is from Jonas Schaefer. Derrick Henry said Keaton Mitchell was deserving of snaps in Ravens' second to last drive. He mentioned the established rotation over the past few weeks, which he called a good flow.
Just a veteran answer.
Yeah. According to Jeff Zrebeck, Henry said the fumble was embarrassing. Felt it took away the team's momentum. This year has been frustrating to me. My mistakes have cost us this season. So completely owning up to his mistakes. I mean, I do agree. Like, if Derrick Henry doesn't fumble there, they're probably going up 14-0. Lamar doesn't get injured. Like, we're probably like celebrating a win right now. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. I don't know what else to say.
I don't think there is. I mean, I think we'll do a Q&A if we want to air out some more. If anyone wants to be a part of it, subscribe so you don't miss it.
Yeah,
hit that notification bell. I don't think we've ever said that.
We have never said that.
We've never said that. This is the first time.
Hit the notification bell. Yeah, guys. If anyone, the 33 people are here right now. If any of you guys are not subscribed,
You
it
can
is
help us.
It is
can help us.
free.
Get to 1K.
It is free to hit the subscribe button, and yeah, you
I'm
can
looking
help.
at 948 right now. We love you all.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And also liking this video would also help a lot. Thank you, Charles. We really appreciate it.
Love you, Charles.
KP commented, I just went to this game with my Patriots friend. It was our first NFL game ever. Well, hopefully he had fun. You probably had fun too if you were with your friend. Yeah.
Like the thrill of being up 11 points. Like
Yeah.
I was having a good time. I'm not gonna lie. I was starting to get like again feeling good, positive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
High Frequency's been here all season. Yes, you have. Shout out. Fran commented, you guys should talk about the playoffs. I love your commentating. We really appreciate it. It is kind of weird. We're not used to the Ravens not being in the playoffs. Maybe we do like one live a week or something where we just talk about the NFL. I don't know.
That'd be fun.
But
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Hey, not off season yet, Fran. No. 2 more weeks.
It would be hilarious if
we do have a chance. 2%, according to Brad. 2%.
According to I saw it somewhere on Twitter.
There you go.
Comment from Rave. Love you guys. We love you guys too.
Jags Rams Super Bowl. That would be dope. Anyone but the Bills, I think, is okay with Ravens fans.
And the Steelers.
Honestly, I could get over the Steelers because I'm cheering for the NFC team almost no matter what. So I don't mind it. I want to put this on paper real quick. Like earlier in the year, I feel like you can just kind of tell if it's going to be an NFC team that wins the Super Bowl or an AFC.
Really?
And very early on, I got the NFC vibe. Very early. So I'm hoping someone gets it done.
I feel like the Rams are going to win it.
See, even then, I think if the Seahawks got hot, I think that's fine. Sam Darnold might not have to ghost, though.
The NFC is definitely better this year. Like Rams and Seahawks are definitely both better than anyone in the AFC. Am I missing anyone?
I just imagine. Yeah, wait. Fran has a great comment. Imagine Seattle winning it with McDonald. Oh no.
And we keep
oh no
Harbaugh. I know we were just about to wrap, but also shout out to Prime Trust because he was in our first live ever.
That's an OG.
From Steve Bracciotti's perspective, Ravens fans will be so disinterested in this upcoming season if Harbaugh's still the coach.
Yeah.
Like no one will be excited. I think that's something to think about.
The whole like stadiums filling up kind of vibe. I mean, I guess we still have an incredible fan base. We're still going to. It's still like what I've been noticing with these losses, when they pan to the whole stadium, it's empty quick. We know when we're done. That was never a thing with Lamar Jackson on this team. We know when we're done. No. Lamar Jackson always gave us a chance. Yeah, he's not been available the whole time. But also, we're going all the way to stooping that low. It just feels like crap.
Is this true?
Is that real? The first Drake May 300-yard game, he's never hit 300 yards?
I mean, he had 380 too, so that's not good.
Oh, my God. Yeah, let's just say yes, it was. That's another reason.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Yes, that's true. Oh, my God. Yes, it's true. Everyone's saying it's true.
Yeah, it's gonna be a confusing week for me and Zach. I was gonna say because of Christmas this week.
Yeah,
we have we don't really know what we're gonna do. So follow Charm City Sideline on Instagram because we always post on our story sort of what
or the Discord
is, or
all the links down there.
Yeah, which are not in there yet, but once we finish,
oh crap,
will be.
All the links that will be there in 10 minutes. Set a timer.
Set a timer and come back. But yeah, we don't really know what we're gonna do this week yet because we both have families and we can't randomly just record a podcast. So
But we'll have something.
something will be out.
We'll have something.
Something will be out.
Don't you worry. Good way to end it.
Good.
Appreciate you guys.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I have no idea if we are going to talk to you guys before Christmas or not. Okay, yeah, we will. Zach's telling me we will. So we'll say Merry Christmas again, but for now, Merry Christmas. And we really appreciate you guys. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Yes. Let's add that.
And yeah. 2 Federal.
Bring it in.
We're giving you a digital hug. Okay.
Bring it in.
Another OG 2 Federal, by the way.
Yep.
Anyway.
Bring it in.
Bye, guys.
See y'all.